A very pleasant good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the People's Forum in the Streets with Big Stone. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you about soul force against brute force. Now, as a young man, 23 years old, I went to the United States of America. And being the radical young man that I was, and starting to learn about my blackness, who I am, where did I came from, what was my purpose. I started to read a lot about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, W.E.B. Du Bois, Booker T. Washington, Thurgood Marshall, Bobby Seals from the Black Panther, Kwame Nkrumah, Patrice Lumumba, Idi Amin, Nelson Mandela, Steve Bantu Biko, just to name a few, ladies and gentlemen. And when I started to read about this great freedom fighter, I found one particular freedom fighter that all of those guys that I spoke about lead right back to, and that is the Honorable Marcus Garvey. But before I got deeply engulfed with the teaching and the philosophy of the Honorable Marcus Garvey, I was really a Malcolm X kind of person. You know, the kind of freedom fighter that said, if you sit the dogs on me, we should just turn around and kill the dogs and kill the attackers who put the dog on me. And then, of course, I read about Martin Luther King. And ladies and gentlemen, I could not understand Martin Luther King's philosophy about soul force against brute force. What are you talking about? And I could not understand anything about this soul force that the great Martin Luther King was talking about. It was not until I was taking a plane ride back to Jamaica, and I like to do a lot of readings, ladies and gentlemen, and I came across a Reader's Digest book, and it told me this story about a woman who has been living with her husband for over 30 years. Every morning, religiously, ladies and gentlemen, she would make his breakfast, a nice hot cup of tea, get his coat, get his favorite shoes, and put him on his way, and he's out to work. When he comes home in the evening, ladies and gentlemen, for over 30 years, she get him a nice hot cup of coffee, take his jacket, you know what I mean, and get him his favorite slippers to slip his feet into. One day he came home sad from work. And when he got home sad from work, ladies and gentlemen, he was very grumpy and grouchy, and when she took his coat, he was very grumpy and attacking to her. But she was very calm and cool. She took his coat, she got him his favorite slippers to slip his feet into, and then she went to the kitchen and fixed him his nice, regular, hot cup of coffee. I don't know what was in him for that day, ladies and gentlemen, but you know what he did? When she presented him that hot cup of coffee, something that she has been doing for well over 30 years, and he took the hot cup of coffee and he tasted it, he just threw it in her face. It's called hot cup of coffee. And you know what she did, ladies and gentlemen, that blew me away? She just turned and looked at him and says, "My husband, is it okay if I fix you another cup?" And ladies and gentlemen, that just tug at my heartstring, because how could you want to fix him another cup after he just throw that hot cup of coffee in your face? And it was then and there that I understand the teaching of Martin Luther King when he said you can fight brute force with soul force. And soul force, ladies and gentlemen, is that passiveness, that passive outlook to, if somebody want to do you bad and you just humble within yourself and have love in your heart, then any amount of love that you have, it doesn't matter what kind of force that hatred come with, you can just deflect it or disregard it, and it will just go away. So I learned through this short story about what it feels like to be compassionate, calm and cool and collective, And I've learned that, and I took that story with me to this day. I'm 60 years old now. And every once in a while, I remember that lady with a cup of coffee. And this is what I'm saying to you out there. Sometimes somebody can come at you, hate you, want to hurt you, and do real bad things to you. But if you just be positive, think positive, have love and compassion in your heart, then it doesn't matter what kind of force that individual come at you with. Love can conquer all. I had a wonderful time telling you this story, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you can learn something from it. Thank you very much for watching, and I do hope that you have a great day. Thank you.